Hello, this is a coaching video for what Qigong for Wellness calls the extraordinary within the ordinary day retreats. So we offer that once a month, and it's a retreat with a difference in that people have 4 inputs of Qigong online, 4 sessions, but the rest of the day there are some optional extras, but they can go about their business. So we see how small interventions of Qigong throughout the day can affect us. This is the intervention that we have at noon. So we're playing with the element of fire. The word play is important. Fire is playful, creative, social. And you're welcome to join the day, but also you're welcome just to use this video for a noontime practice. So for the colour of vibration, for fire we want red. Red is the colour that fire likes. And the sound is haw, so that would be spelled H-A-W. And here in the UK we would be doing this at 12 o'clock noon, where the sun is at its height and the fire element is also at its height. So we start off with some internal Qigong. Likely people have been doing their morning tasks, so we settle and find ourselves, meeting ourselves in this space. Fire is a sociable element, and so if we were doing the day together, we would be tuning into the circle of participants, our temporary tribe, as it were. And we would also have a lit candle that we could see. And for the purposes of this coaching video, I will imagine a candle, and I would ask you to as well. Candle flame. So the first thing that we're going to do is just look at the candle flame, and let's pretend it hasn't got a name. So it's not called fire and it's not called candle or flame. It's not called anything. It's just is. And when you do that, see how the body reacts. So when I do that, for example, in imagination, I can feel that this area, around my heart and expanding around the back too, is opening and warming. And as that happens, I can also feel that going down into my tailbone. So etc, etc. So take yourself on an internal journey with this thing that we often call fire. Now the elements of fire often shows up in our tongue and our lips, and so have a little bit of a smile going on your lips throughout this session. Once again, just see the subtlety of that change, of employing those muscles. And the organ of fire is the heart, mainly, and the small intestine, but let's work with the heart. So just turning inwards and giving your heart a smile on the inside. A practice from Mantak Chia, great Qigong master. And surrounding your heart with the colour red, if that feels good, or pink. And see if you can use the breath now. So breathing in perhaps that colour through the feet or through the tailbone, into and around the heart, letting it gather, going where it wants to, breathing in some more. As you breathe out, let it integrate, gather, and so on. Harvesting fire. And reflecting and stopping for a moment to see what medicine is there for you. How does this feel for you? And this is a coaching video, so on the day we would spend more time doing this, but maybe you feel it's a medicine for you and you want to revisit the video, however you want to use it. But I'll move on now. So we can use this abundance of fire at noontime in the UK to do a lot of things, but we're going to explore sparking the digestive fire and calming the Shen. So I'll just do digestive Qigong and then I'll explain what the Shen is. You might stand up and just trusting that that whole process is going on, the heart is being nourished by the smile on your lips, there's perhaps a little bit of red colour around, the candle is burning. And then here's digestive Qigong. So the first thing we do is we set up a movement, and it's not specific, but it runs down the front of the body, as does the direction of food, downwards. And we think of it as the front of the body. And we get all aspects. So maybe, we know there's part of the digestion is over here and it's partly over here. The thing about this is that we can just wander around doing this. So if we were in a group, we would maybe even be lightly chatting, about the weather or something. Or if you are in a room with windows, you might just gaze out the window while you're doing this. So the point is, it's not intense at all, and you're not really thinking about it. So it's overthinking is not what we want. So we're doing the movement. It's a bit like mindlessly cleaning. It's nice, we can ponder something else. Maybe there's plants around, you could have a look. So that's the first movement. Place the hands over the lower belly, just tune in. How does that feel? For me, it feels a little bit more light, there's a bit more lightness. We do the second movement, so the hands, the palms come together, it doesn't matter how, and the fingers are closed, and then they come away, and the fingers open. Fingers closed, fingers open. And you could carry on doing it this way, or you could vary it. It's up to you, entirely up to you. I think you can do it also with prayer position, fingers closed, and then like this. Really up to you. So, again. And once again, it's not heavily intense in terms of focus. You could move around. You could also just tune into where there might be, if you've just had a meal, then the food might be sitting on around your stomach. If it's uncomfortable, just letting some of this spaciousness in. So the image is of some laundry that you've just taken out of the washing machine, and you throw it in a corner, and the creases where the dampness is, after a while they're going to collect mould, and then they'll probably get hot as well. And the same is with your gut, that we're just giving the digestive system some chi and some space to do its job, so that digestion itself isn't a burden energetically. And one of the things that holds food up and causes digestive issues is damp in Chinese medicine. You might also feel phlegm coming up, so I can feel that I need to cough, so that can happen. Once again, placing your hands over your lower belly, feeling into the medicine. Now, in terms of sites of the body, the root of the middle finger, the big finger, the middle finger, the root of it relates to the abdomen. So we're just going to rub those two places together, the roots of the middle fingers. And what you might feel, if you feel in between all of the fingers as you're doing this, you may feel a little bit of dampness. And when you finish doing this rubbing, then you might certainly feel that there's some moisture built up in the gaps between the fingers. I can certainly feel that. And just flick it away. So take index finger and thumb into the gaps between the fingers and flicking it away, drying it, creating space. And on my YouTube channel there is a whole video on digestive Qigong. So this is really just a taster. But once again, just tune into how that is for you, if anything's changed. The other way that we can use fire in this context, the Shen is in traditional Chinese medicine, the mind, and the heart and the mind are intimately connected. So if we calm the heart, we calm the mind, and what's called the Shen is calmed. So if we want to quell anxiety or create peace, then we can use heart fire. So just collecting the fire element. So you could actually just imagine that you're collecting comfortable heat or a little bit of fire and letting it pass through your body, particularly past the head, descending through the heart area, cleansing like fire does, gently cleansing like fire does, a little bit like smudging or sending smoke around rather than actually burning. And we can also use the fire colour, so collecting red and making the ho sound. So as you come down on your out breath, ho. Feel how potentially calming that sound is. Taking the in breath and then ho, ho. Once again, we're going to stop. I'm going to close there, but take a moment to see what medicine might be there for you. When we are on the retreat day, we are a circle of people and we use the movement dove spreads her wings. We imagine there's a fire in the centre of us, so you could imagine your own little fire safely at a distance from you, and fanning the flames. So you can imagine even a circle of people or your own fireplace, and following your in-breath and opening and following your out-breath and closing. Fanning the flames of the communal fire, of your heart fire. And if your feet want to move, that's fine. You could step forward and do this. You could come up onto the toe, you could lift the heel at the back. Again, fire is playful and creative. See what's good for you. We probably spend about 2 or 3 minutes doing this, and once again explore, is there medicine for you there? And then coming back. We do 2 practices which come from my own particular belief, certainly not from me, from reading, that Qigong comes from shamanic practice, from the dances of shamanic priests who were calling things in for their tribe, etc. And so in this particular movement, I'll take the position so it's as if you're a solar panel or a satellite. The palms of your hands are facing outwards. You could imagine that you're standing in the sun and you're calling in fire, a particular kind of fire related to the palms of the hands, primordial fire of the heart protector. So for yourself, completely, if you like, selfish, although that's got bad press, that word, but completely for yourself, gathering heart fire, gathering sun, medicine for your heart, knowing that it's all there for you, so much love there for you, gathering it for yourself. Feeling all your cells light up with the planet's love for you. And the spaces between the cells also joyous. And if this feels like medicine, do it for longer. I'll come into my second calling in. There are many ways to do this, but calling in the element of fire is to make like fire, so like attracts like. So taking the hands into prayer position, they can be here, or if it's okay for you, they can be above your head. Going on to one foot and then placing the other foot just on its toes, next to the ankle of the sturdier foot, and feel how that is a balance compromise and therefore you're quivering a little like a flame. Feel the quivering in you as your body naturally starts to try to balance. Feel like a flame. Make like a flame. Call in fire. And if you are cold, literally, this is a great way to warm yourself up. If you want to, you can change feet. If your arms are very tired, you can bring them down to heart centre. If they're okay, leave them up there. Make like a candle. Once again, for the purposes of this coaching video, I'll stop, but take time to tune in to the medicine of that particular movement. And then placing the hands over the belly for a moment and giving yourself a little bit of a shake, your hands and your feet, to bring yourself back into the day. I encourage you to journal if you found some medicine. Thank you for watching.